Aloha, I'm Hurricanes, I'm your host, and this is King of the Hill. Aloha guys, Hurricanes here, and I am back with another commentary. How excited are you? And today may be one of the coolest, matchups in the world. It's a real old school sort of style TDA versus sPEDO. sPEDO and TDA being probably one of the best players in the world. TDA especially, we all know how good this guy is, right? You see TDA beating people with what looks like zero effort. He just makes it look so easy, while sPEDO, he goes for very sort of, I don't know, I like to say swaggy strats, because he does take risks, which not Dark Atomic, TDA doesn't seem to do very often, but that's just sort of their style of play. Some people take the game incredibly seriously, while some people take it less seriously, but since sPEDO is such a great player, he can afford to do that. So it's round 4 on Hydro, which is a starting map if you are new to this channel. So what most people do is send pinks to force the other player to upgrade their ninja or buy another one, which is exactly what both of these players have done. Both didn't do layering, which is actually what I like to do. I normally send, like blues and pink layering until like I get like 369 eco, because that seems to be like a super sweet spot. Honestly, it's such a nice, it's tight for affording a 1-0 farm, getting Bernie stuff and getting the double shot for round 6, because you basically get the farm and you get 1 income boost between that. But it works and it's tight, but what can you do? If it works, it works. So right now I'll probably just have got the Bernie stuff, and then I'd have got like 1 income boost, and then somehow it works and I sell 1 ninja and kaboom, I've got the money for the double shot, and it works completely fine. And I survive round 6, and then basically I stay with the 1-0 farm and get the 2-0 boomer up to sort of psych out my opponent, make him think that I'll have enough for it, when realistically I will, but I'm probably going to rush you. That's just what I do. And I don't think I can reveal anymore, because it'd just be too pro. So it's round 8, and I think sPEDO sent Rigo Whites. I'm sorry, I didn't see. And TDA afforded that boomer, while sPEDO taking the risks, as I was saying at the start, and actually not saving enough for the ricochet, and TDA took advantage of that. And now sPEDO has leaked down to 90 lives, which is below ceramic range. But then again, both of them are below ceramic range, so they're kind of both in the deep. All you need to do is like exploit, ricochets, popping power and everything, and get ceramics through, just sneak them through on round 15. But sPEDO is sending regrow leads. I'm not sure if he sent regrow zebras, but regrow spaced rainbows and zebras, they both get through. Regrow leads not so much, they're just more to sort of layer with the zebras and rainbows, but they all work. So who am I to complain? But it's round 13, so will we expect a round 13 rush? No, but TDA says to sPEDO that's a nice boomer spot, but I sort of look at that and think, yeah, it's good, but like after it's it's only going to get like 1 or 2 shots off at like group balloons, but I suppose it gets grouped balloons down before it reaches the ninja. You know, it's a good spot, but you know, I'm on the fence. But it's round 15, so both players definitely should have at least a Bloon Jitsu and a Ricochet up, and of course the Mortar. But sPEDO living on the edge, not upgrading anything, and also not getting any more farms. Oh no, he upgrades to a Banana Republic, and TDA has regrow checked, so I think he's going to send maybe some regrow ceramics. I don't know. Yeah, still got regrow checked, so I'm expecting him to send at least some. No, he unchecks regrow. Completely averting my train of thought. Thank you very much. So sPEDO asks income, and TDA quite obviously trolling. His income is definitely not 700. It's probably more around maybe 350, 369! No, it's definitely not 369. He definitely afforded the Mortar and the double shot. Definitely within the range. It was comfortable. I like to live on the edge. So you see, it's round 18. Well, it's not round. It's round 18 now. So TDA, he sends a Moab. Oh, both players send a Moab. And TDA sells 1 farm, and he sells a boomer, and he gets that sabotage supply lines, and basically now this is going to be a breeze. Both players are just going to feed this Moab like a boss. And also TDA, he chooses to stick with the sabotage supply lines, probably thinking maybe if he keeps it, it will have cooled down by the time sPEDO sends a rush, but by then it will probably be like round 22. And what are you doing on round 22 on Hydro? You probably definitely should have sent a rush by then. But that's just what I would say. It's either like round 13, 15, or you know, 22 rush for me. Those are the only rushes I would probably do on Hydro, because those are the only rushes I'm comfortable with. So yeah, it's round 20, and neither player has actually sent a massive rush. sPEDO just persisting with these Moabs, and TDA, he thinks, you know what, he doesn't have this much money, you know, his income's 0. Well, now his income will be probably around 0. Well, definitely now 0. So yeah, it's round 22, so AI, they had to sort of slow that down. I think there's rainbows and no, they're not rainbows. I'm not sure what's on round 22. I thought that was ceramics. So you see, sPEDO is not yet actually slowed down the BFB, only now slowing down the BFB and going for a counter rush. But now TDA has slowed down the Moabs, and he's also kept the Mortar, which is actually quite a clever idea. Actually, no, he's done it. He sold it. So you see, but yeah, this is GG. The Sovereign, he has died while sPEDO defends the Moabs. So it's a pretty good game, but you know, there's not much TDA could have done then. You know, sPEDO defending that Moab. Basically, that BFB was way too slow. I don't know why you'd send a BFB on round 22. Maybe 20, because maybe they may not be ready, but I don't know. But round 22, definitely not. They'll probably have enough money to defend that, or just counter rush you and practically own you, because you know you've just sent a BFB. You can't have that much money. So yeah, GG. 1-0 to sPEDO. This is a King series, by the way, so best out of 7. And I hope to see you in the next game. I'd just like to say sorry, I couldn't freeze frame a defeat screen because TDA, his hands are too fast, and he ended the recording before I could get that. So I'm sorry, okay? Most of you will probably be like, he hasn't freeze framed. I know. Most people go constantly on about me not freeze framing, and I'm sorry. But right then, I didn't know what to do, so I didn't do it. Okay? So, Zen Garden. A good map for, well, playing. It's not one of my favourite maps, but, you know, sPEDO's done it. He doesn't care. Oh, wait, no, TDA's done it. So, you see, it's round 3 and sPEDO already leaking. I'm pretty sure TDA will have farms, though. Yeah, he probably has ninja tech mortar farm. That's just what I'm guessing, because, you know, he's using the mortar instead of a bomb. Yeah, I will bet my soul. I bet 10 billion souls, all of which are my own, that he has farms. So it's round 4 and TDA up on 1 life, but it's Zen Garden. Does that really matter? Lives are basically 0 factor. How am I slipping up on that sentence? I'm so good at English. So, lives are just not a factor on Zen Garden. It doesn't matter who is up on lives or who is down on lives. At least now it doesn't. You know, I would say whoever's up on lives, whoever's down on lives, doesn't really matter. It's Zen Garden. Just rush, okay? Because most of the time, the probability is you rush, they slow it down and counter rush you. I practically guarantee that will happen this game. Yeah, so it's round 6 and TDA already getting that little ring of fire, which means he won't have very good income, but you know, he's going farm, so income will come quite well on Zen Garden. You know, faster than Bloon income will. So maybe TDA is right in picking the farm. But also income, it allows, Bloon income, it allows you to, you know, not have that farm selected. So another good tower for you to choose from is definitely a perk, but, you know, it's Zen Garden. Just pick farm, guys. I mean, that's not what I pick, but I'm a complete noob, so... So it's round 8, and TDA sort of forces sPEDO to get that ring of fire, even though he had sold everything around that, so he's definitely going to get it anyway. And he sends regrow. Definitely not what I would have done. It would probably be more effective if sPEDO couldn't have afforded that ring of fire, but quite unlikely, because he did have, you know, a 2-0 attack and a bomb to sell, and he does not have that much of an upgraded ninja, so he will have quite good income. So it's round 9, and you know what comes on round 9? Nothing. It's Zen Garden. You know, you can send regrow whites, but what's that going to do against a ring of fire and a ninja at the back? So they're definitely going to leak both of them to the naturals. Oh no, they didn't. They're lucky shits. Yeah, most people leak to the naturals because you kind of need a double shot, not to... Well, he did it again. That lucky bastard. So, round 13, will we see a Rainbow Rush? Dramatic music, cue in. Bum bum dun dun dun. I can't do that to myself. I can't scat. That's just against my, well, free will. So, definitely not a regrow Rainbow Rush. sPEDO showing that he probably has enough for that cluster bomb, which will definitely be enough to defend a regrow Rainbow Rush. Just a cluster bomb and a ring of fire. Probably overkill. I'm not sure. But, so round 15 coming up. Will anybody send maybe some camo ceramics? But that has actually proven very effective by some players. Like Daniel, he rushes camo ceramics quite a bit. Soccer is fun. I think he does that. I'm not sure about any other players. I think Mo's done it before, but I can't remember. Yeah, so it is very effective. But no one chooses to do it. No one even chooses to send regrow Sonics, even against sPEDO's very lazy defense. Even though he's sending Space Blues, which means he is saving for either a rush, but that'll be suicidal against farms, or defense. This is definitely what he's doing. He hasn't sent any pinks or anything. He's just getting those Moab Maulers. And sPEDO says he is screwed. I think that means scared or screwed. I've been in cuff for so long, and people always say it, and to this day I still don't know what it means. Either screwed or scared. I think it means scared. You heard that from Harrikins first. So round 18, and sPEDO has not sent a Moab. Definitely something I would do against TDA's defense. You know, you see that and you think, you know, no tax sprays or anything. Oh, so TDA is actually choosing to send a Moab. Oh, we see some leaks, but will that be enough to kill? No. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. Will he die here? Oh, no. No. Oh, yes. There you go. So TDA ended up going farms, so I have a soul. And that was a very good game. You see TDA showing off that he is definitely a good player. You know, Moab Rush definitely shows you're a good player. Makes sense, Harrikins. So I can tell you exactly why sPEDO died. For one, he did not have any very strong backup ninjas, like a double shot at least, or a Bloon Jitsu, or he probably should have got like 3 tax sprayers, maybe that would have been enough. But he did have a cluster bomb, so you know, you can't really, well, I don't know, it's just like, is that defense enough or is it not? But looking at that, I don't think the cluster bomb and the ring of fire and 1 tax sprayer and, you know, a 2-0 attack would have been enough at all. So that's exactly why sPEDO died. Just not enough defense, relying on chance of the distraction ninjas to the back. You know, you can't rely on chance or luck in King of the Hill. Hashtag Daniel. So I'll see you in the next game. The score is 1-1. So will we be seeing sPEDO take the lead or TDA? Let's find out. So the score is 1-1 right now, and we go into game number 3, and the map is Water Hazard. Not a map we've seen much of in King of the Hill. It just doesn't seem to be chosen. I don't know why. I like it. It's a good map. It's quite easy to defend late, which definitely plays to my style. Everyone in the Nobleman ranking will probably know that I'm a big late game whore. So we see both players going for the same strat. You know, it's expected that they probably will. I don't know if people will either pick tack or boat. It's definitely not the loadout that I would pick, because I tend to go for boats on any map that has water. I just think boats are great choices of towers. It's a great choice of a tower because, you know, have that sink ability, which even my brother, who knows absolutely nothing about battles, thinks is good. So, you know, it sort of says it all. So it's round 4, so pinks will probably be sent by both players. Both players getting the 0-1 ninja. I think that's what it's... Is that 0? Yes, it is 0-1. Yeah, I'm right for once. Oh, wait, no. TDA leaked 1 life. That is very unfortunate. He has got a bit of a weird ninja spot. It's just the fact that it doesn't reach. You know, its like radius is just outside the path where the AI balloons come out of. You know, the starting line. It's you can't place your ninja on first to just sort of catch the leaks there. So you know, it's very probable that if a blue gets by there, you're probably going to be down on lives for the rest of the game, in fact, because you are versing a very good player. So it's round 6 right now, well, round 5 currently, but now it's round 6. So both players sending reds and blacks by it, and the reason why they do that is because sort of reds, they're quite dense. So the ninja, it tries to target the blacks underneath as it is on strong, but it doesn't work. It just hits 2 reds and that's it. You can't do much about it. You know, you have to rely on, you know, a second ninja, which you don't really want, but you know, sometimes it's forced upon you. So you see TDA is going to leak even more, doesn't even try and stop that leak, but you know, and just as sPEDO leaks, so you know, that's quite unfortunate for TDA. He could have well, as just, yeah, that sentence makes sense, well done. He could have just, you know, got a 0-0 ninja at the back, a safety ninja, and you know, you're just completely safe from like a blue or a red or perhaps a green or even a yellow leaking by, if you're lucky enough that the ninja doesn't, you know, get layered upon by the AI. So it's round 10. Regrow LEDs have not been sent, which I'm very surprised by. Regrow LEDs seem to be very popular by most people, and you know, it just seems to make everyone leak on most maps if they don't get a Bernie Stuff mortar up. And sPEDO, he hasn't upgraded to signal flare, and he's trying to bait TDA into it, and he did well. TDA definitely was thinking about doing it. And he is being very confident in himself, not even getting it on round 13 when a huge camo exploit could have come out and he had done nothing about it. So both players gone for tack. They probably think because this is such a big map, they can defend late game with tack, which is very possible. I can do it. So definitely they can as well. They are the 2 best players in the world, in my opinion. You know, you got TDA, then Mo, then probably sPEDO. Teja and Daniel probably tied, and then you know, you got like a few other players. I don't want to be arrogant and say me. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I would probably get flamed. So you may notice I added a few songs, and that's mainly just, yeah, it's just sort of there for your entertainment. I think maybe some of you, maybe you want a bit of a difference. So I've only added 3 songs, which is World Map by a guy called Jason, DJ Harmonics, Bass and Pumpin', or something like that, and DJ Harmonics, Glimpse of Heaven. Those are the 3 songs I've added. So now you can't flame me in the comments for not linking them, because I just told you the names. So, you know, I just think they're very good songs, and I hope you enjoy them. I added them in because they are very good songs in my opinion. I wouldn't add anything to this channel that I didn't think was at all up to the standards of it. So it's round 18, and we see, you know, no one sending a Moab. for some reason, sPEDO sending greens. Not sure why, trying to keep a bit of money whilst getting a bit of income, but I don't understand why. Like, why are they both not sending income? Like, I don't get it. Like, they're literally just sat there, hardly sending income. Like, why are they sending bits of income and only bits? Like, just send it all. And TDA actually does what I do. Oh, both players actually do what I do. And Bernie stuffed the natural ceramics. I feel good. Maybe I started a trend. So, round 21, natural camos. Neither player going for a camo exploit. Both probably knowing both players are good enough to defend it. And TDA's mortar spot, I don't know, but I think that's a bit high. I don't know. Yeah, I just saw it miss a blue. I don't like that. Perfectionist Hurricanes. So you see sPEDO's mortar actually targeted at the AI still. I don't think TDA notices, otherwise he'd have probably sent something. Just something to change his mortar spot. I don't know. So you see both players not sending too much income, both trying to save up. So yeah, TDA, he gets a ring of fire at the end, just to pick off any of the stragglers or children of the Moab. You know, you don't want any of that leaking. You know, you don't want to be a scrap and leak to a Moab on round 25. Not 25, 23. So yeah, there's not much to talk about after like round 23 at all. Like, some people leak to round 27 or 25, but you know, there's really not much to do to commentate about. You know, just, you know, what have you got to commentate about? You get to talk about, oh, look at that, he's popping a Moab. There. And for those of you wondering, this is sometimes why I have Jacob on the channel. Jacob, my brother, is very enthusiastic about commentating this game, mainly because he doesn't know too much about it. He finds it very fun and new, and he just sees every round as, you know, a surprise, because he doesn't know any of them. So he's like, ah, yeah, look at these Bloons racing through, which I think is a very good trait. But that is generally why I have Jacob on the channel sometimes, because he adds a bit of, you know, diversity or excitement. You know, because, you know, commentating on your own for about an hour can give you a headache. You know, just non-stop talking, and yeah. But enough of my moaning. I am being a right bitch, and I know that. Pardon my language. So you see both getting double Roth at the end. Very good defenses, and natural. What are they called? Regrow rainbows coming through, and I think now I will speed up just until they send a rush, because for me it's boring, for you it's boring, and we both know that. Right, so I've sped it up, and oh Jesus, that is super duper fast. Oh Jesus, that sounded a bit gay. Super duper. What straight man has said that? So round 31, you just get the natural camo pinks. You only need 3k to defend. I'm a bit of an income whore. I think everyone knows that. I kind of need like 5k to defend, maybe 4.5k, but that'll be a stretch. 3k, but that's like the best player in the world talking. You only need 3k to defend that game. So, you know, we've not got long left of speed up, so soon there will be a rush, and we hit just as sPEDO leaks lives. I didn't even know that when I just did it. So sPEDO sends the rush on instinct because he knows he needs to rush. Now he's down on lives, he needs to rush, because if, you know, TDA rushes, he's going to have money to defend that. So he wants to get that out before TDA would have got his rush out. But you know, that's just sort of over-analysing the situation. So you see TDA, he's throwing down the maulers. He mortar stalls because he sees a few ceramics getting by. I think he needs a few Bloon Jitsus at the back just for safety. That's definitely what I do, and also because you have Bloon Jitsus at the back, if there's sort of any ceramics, not any ceramics, any like camo exploits that the person sends, your Bloon Jitsus will get it before that becomes a problem, because if you have 0 mortars on the field, they will probably try and mortar exploit you with camo ceramics, which can be a problem. And they're very deadly at this point, very fast, very agile. Like, you're screwed if anybody sends that. But you see, TDA, he's still getting those rushes intact. No, what? He's still fighting the rush with a mortar stall. Definitely not my choice of doing that. Oh, sPEDO died. That would not have been my choice though. I'd have probably gone for way more maulers and just keep batting those down. But since he didn't have boat, you know, mortar stall probably is the best choice. But you see, TDA 2-1 to him. He is definitely doing good for himself and definitely showing his status as one of the greatest players in the world and King of the Hill. So, why did sPEDO die? He was mortar stalling, he had so many maulers, he had a ring of fire, a few Bloon Jitsus I think, and a Bloon impact. Like, why would he die? That's because after round 35 I think, ceramics turn really, really fast. So, you know, they are actually a problem. So you need quite a few Bloon Jitsus to take them down, or ninjas. Just sort of ninjas, they're very fast firing things. Just a few Bloon Jitsus, maybe 5, 4, 3, 6, I don't know. But they take them down like a boss. They're very reliable. But yeah, that's why sPEDO died. He'd mortar stalled and definitely probably leaked a few ceramics. But you know, that was a very good game. He had late game in this series, so it's shaping up to be a very good series. 2-1 to TDA, and let's see what happens in game number 4. So game number 4, what map will it be? It is Pyramid Steps. Am I getting, yeah, Pyramid Steps. So a map with water. Will anybody choose boats? You know, voting time, will tap. Both players placing down like my farm maps. Yeah, these players definitely liking farms. Now let me tell you something about farms. It's sort of, maybe it's new, maybe it's not. It's a very predominant strategy right now. But some people aren't using it. I don't know why, but it is a very good strategy. Late game farms, something that if you watched Ryan's old commentaries, which I definitely did, he definitely said, you know, late game farms, don't do it, they're not good. That was probably one of the main messages from Aaron. He talked about that a lot. But now, players are going late game farms, spamming banana factories. Is that what they're called? Banana? I don't know. But, you know, they they give you so much income. They sell for so much. You can send 2 Oh My Gods if you sell one of those farms. And, you know, the income on top of that from the banana farms, you can get about 5 of them. And oh my god, you will never have so much money in your life. Oh my god. Especially in QB. You know, you can be incredibly greedy on that and get about 7 by round 30. If you're as greedy as me. So, let's talk about the ninja spots. sPEDO going for 1 at the back. But TDA going for 1 at the front. So, let's talk about that. Which one is better? sPEDO's is better for things like cleanup. But since the bomb hits so much as a track, I don't think you need that. Plus, if a black is whiffed by the ninja, TDA's ninja will hit it as soon as it whiffs, if he has the ninja on strong. So he knows he is safe from that. But, you know, sPEDO's ninja spot at the time wouldn't have done that very well. But also, sPEDO's cannon is placed more at the back, so there is a bit of cleanup there. So, you know, it's hard to say which one is better. sPEDO's is definitely better for sort of player sent balloons. You know, it's always good further back at the map. At player sent balloons. But, you know, TDA is better at defending AI Moabs, but at that point you probably have enough money to defend them anyway, with no trouble. So regrow blacks was sent by TDA, but sPEDO defended them. I don't know why TDA would send that. Maybe to tempt sPEDO into buying more things and hindering his farm income. But, you know, you're already up on lives. Why would you want that? Maybe he wants a cushion of lives. I don't know. But he's TDA. He probably can, you know, maintain that cushion no matter what. So it's round 10. And TDA does not have that Bernie stuff mortar up yet. He's trying to find a place to place it. And he does. So, yeah. He places it. There's not much to talk about. But farm income, sPEDO catches up, but TDA now in the lead a bit. But I definitely think TDA has more farm income, yep, for sure. But I meant to say balloon income. So round 13, what are people doing for round 13 on this strat? What are they going for? I'll tell you. They're going for 2 3-0 cluster bombs. Most people using their mortar to Bernie stuff the rush as soon as it can be. But TD actually not doing that. You see, you probably want your mortar further at the back. It prevents camo exploits very well as well, so I don't know why TDA isn't using that spot that sPEDO is. Yeah, I have no clue, but I think sPEDO is very scared to rush against him. TDA being incredibly greedy, getting way more farms than sPEDO has. Actually, no, they're kind of, yeah, they're tied now, I think. Oh, no, they're not. Sort of back and forth right now. I bet in a second, yeah, sPEDO's winning. No, TDA's winning. But TDA's income will definitely be better than sPEDO's income. But, you know, banana farms is definitely a factor in this game. Especially, you know, with this new strat of late game farm rushing. So what do people do for round 18? They pretty much do the same thing that they've always done. You know, 2 Moab Maulers. But since you have so many farms, people are scared to rush you. So you can just get, you know, a very shady defense, like people are doing, you know, just a double shot and 2 cluster bombs for round 15. I think that's a no-no. You definitely will die to an all-out rush on that. But, you know, since the farms are there, people are so scared to rush you. So it's round 18. So you see TDA is doing exactly what I said. You know, not getting the Moab Maulers, sort of trying to scare his opponent into rushing and wasting their money. You know, and hindering their balloon income, which definitely, in the end, will put TDA in the income lead. Right now, TDA is far ahead in balloon income. Not balloon income, farm income. But I think sPEDO, he's had this amount of farms for a very long time, so I think he'll definitely be getting a banana factory, that 4-2 farm. Very, very good, as I've been saying. So yeah, TDA showing a pattern in his mortar placement. You know, getting that mortar targeting at the AI ceramics. Oh, so greedy. Yeah. So I said sPEDO definitely was getting that 4-2 farm. And he's got it very, very early. By KOF standards, especially early. Most players get it up by like round 23. Or no, like 24 maybe? I don't know, but sPEDO definitely knowing what he is doing. So, you see it's nearly round 23 and TDA, he's got 2 Moab Maulers at the back, but 0 Moab Maulers at the front. This will probably still be enough defense. And oh, TDA choosing to send a Oh My God against sPEDO's massive farm income. He sells that. He could easily defend this. sPEDO actually choosing not to sell any farms and get that ninja supply lines up late. I don't know why. You know, definitely sell the farm. He's sending his Oh My God. You need to do this now, especially since he's sending his second Oh My God. sPEDO needs to count that cooldown hug of the ninja ability, unless he wants his Moabs to sort of go speeding through his defense at normal speed instead of half speed. I apologise for the background noise, I'm sorry. So yeah, there's a round 24 rush of pinks, and sPEDO defending this like a boss. Oh no, some of the pinks are getting through. sPEDO, he slows it down, he gets a Bloon Jitsu at the back, but no, oh my God, there are so many Bloons at the back. sPEDO, he gets, yeah, he defends that. He's safe for now. He mortar stalls again, he slows down the things, and now he's going for a counter rush, but I'll definitely sell the Maulers and slow it down and just send tons and tons of Moabs, FC Moabs, and a camo exploit. So TDA spamming some 0-0 ninjas down. I'm not sure why, but yeah, sPEDO persisting with the regrow Moabs, but now sPEDO is definitely done for. Unless this camo pink rush works. TDA gets down this 4-0 bomb just to stall the balloons, but there are ceramics going past sPEDO's defense, and TDA wins. A very good game. Definitely great play by TDA, forcing sPEDO to go for that counter because it was a big rush, and sPEDO probably doubted himself, which for a split second, it's probably not worth it. He probably could have defended those 2 Oh My Gods with ease. With that much money, definitely. So TDA's a very clever rush, and sPEDO being quite reckless. A defend of that Oh My God would have definitely been a better idea. But then again, I'd have probably gone boats for this map. Yeah, and that made that defend also much easier, and then late game defend easy peasy. So yeah, let's get into game number 4. Is it? I'm sorry, I feel like such a scrap. No, game number 5. Yeah, so it's 3-1 to TDA. We'll be seeing a massive comeback, or will TDA win this 4-1? We will see in the next game. So we are in game number 5, and the map is... Come on. Come on. Volcano. Another farm map, or late game farm map. I will again bet my soul that they go for farms. Both of them. Like, I bet 10,000 of my souls, all of mine, again. So, both going for bomb, not tack. Or maybe they go for tack on like round 10 or 8, I don't know. So, actually, you can see a difference for once. sPEDO going for that frag cannon, and then a ninja later on, but TDA going for that more safer option of getting the ninja and the cannon at once. I would definitely do that. You know, it's just like nothing else works for me, to be honest. So TDA, he almost placed down a bomb to catch that thing. I don't know why you placed down a bomb. Like, why not a ninja? A ninja would work perfectly fine, wouldn't it? But oh my god, TDA leaks 3 lives, and he says GG. He seems to think that leaking lives is so detrimental to this game, especially when I'm like 100% sure he has farms. So sPEDO is relentlessly getting rushed with pinks, but showing no signs of even thinking about leaking. He doesn't leak, and that was very unfortunate by TDA to leak those 3 balloons. So, round 5 rush of pinks, probably not going to work again. You know, you're not going to get this lucky, sPEDO. You're versing TDA. You can't be this lucky. Shall I pull out my secret? Yeah, pull out your secret. Go on, show us. So, I can't work out if TDA has placed a ninja. I think he's placed a ninja. The fumes coming out of the volcano are so annoying. Yeah, he's got a ninja. Like, they block what you need to see. Oh my god, sPEDO has only leaked 1 life, but will he leak more and put TDA in the lead in lives? Nuh-uh. sPEDO reacting too quickly to getting laid upon with reds and blacks, I think. TDA going for a less safe defense, just with that 0-1 ninja in the background. Without actually another safety ninja taking down blacks that sparingly get by. No, another leak! 1 life. TDA, it's not your day, is it? So, sPEDO, he's shown us farms. He says, I am shocked. Farms. Oh my god, farms. It's not as if farms has been a complete factor in this game. Yeah, so sPEDO saying, you have it too. Well, how did you guess? Prove it. TDA says on your screen. Nuh-uh, it's not on its screen, jeez. So sPEDO, he's got more farms than TDA, but TDA, what? What? sPEDO, what are you? I think sPEDO's high. He goes for a boat instead of a mortar. How's he gonna How is it? Yeah, one boat OP. You can only fit one boat on this map. So that water patch is basically rendered useless by that factor. So how is sPEDO going to defend round 13? Like a massive camo exploit, you know, with regrow rainbows, definitely the death of sPEDO. Like, there's no chance he would defend that. So I don't know why TDA is not doing that. So round 14 is here. So round 15, ceramics can come, but TDA definitely with defense to defend that. TDA lacking with the defense, but you know, the farms, they definitely put a strain on the limits to rushes. You don't want to go all out because they have so much farm income. Not so much farm income, so many farms to sell, because then they just have so much money and they can counter rush you. You know, there's so many factors to farm rushes, and you know, actual just farms in general. You know, it definitely differentiates the men between the children. And also, you notice that TDA's mortar spot actually makes a farm spot, a place where you can place a farm, actually useless because the mortar's in the way, which is quite annoying. I've done that and I've learnt the hard way. So round 18 is coming up. So can Moabs be sent? Yeah, they can. But will a Moab be sent? It's definitely a probability, not a probability. It's definitely a problem for sPEDO's defense. If I was TDA, regrow Moab him. Like, yeah, I don't know why TDA is not going for like a regrow Moab. Like, that would almost definitely get through sPEDO's defense, unless he goes for like maybe the Buccaneer ability, the boat ability. But yeah, so sPEDO, you know, seemingly getting that 3-2 farm, no, 3-0 farm probably. So he's definitely trying to get that 4-2 farm. Definitely not showing any signs of wanting to rush anytime soon, but TDA not upgrading anything, and he's just choosing to sort of like sit there with his farms, probably rush, as you see a BFB being sent. He probably doesn't have enough money to get that Buccaneer ability, so he's gonna have to sell something. And he gets it as TDA sends loads of like FC Moabs, and he's sending some camos behind, but will sPEDO defend it? You see the natural camos and player sent camos, will they get through? The balloons that TDA sent that weren't camo, definitely not getting through, as sPEDO, he slows down the balloons again, I think. Yeah, and he sells that, he gets another ninja, but there are already balloons getting through. 4-2 ninjas, they didn't work, they let him down. Sad day for sPEDO. He gets beat 4-1. I think that's the only 4-1 that's on this channel. So you saw it first with Harrykins. You're amazed as I am. So 2 Legends of Battles fought it out and 1 game victorious. TDA. I mean, I could have placed $1 billion bet on that, but that would seem a bit discriminative towards sPEDO. You know, no offense to sPEDO, but TDA, he definitely shows nearly every single game how consistent he is and how great he is of a player. Showing people like Mo how to do things. You know, we once thought that Mo was the best player in Bloons, and TDA. That's all that can be said. Mo is definitely a great player, but TDA, you know, in this game especially, showing how good he is at the game. Just sort of, you know, manhandling sPEDO. Especially in that last game, he definitely showed who's boss. and showed sPEDO that loadout is just not okay. But I definitely think sPEDO could have defended that. Yeah, he chose rightly to use the Buccaneer ability, and then he was a bit slow on slowing down the Moabs. But, you know, I think it was just the layering of the camos that got by sPEDO. If I was sPEDO, I'd have seen the FC Moabs, sold absolutely every single unneeded thing, and just spammed Bloon Jitsus because they work a charm. I know Raiden does it, and he's done it a lot of times, and it has shown to be an amazing strategy. But here you go, 2 Legends battles, TDA came victorious, 5 amazing games. I hope you enjoyed. I've been Harrykins. Adios.